Hey, it's your worst waifu, here to talk about Gyaru anime girls. Anime Gyaru are based off a real Japanese subculture which is simply called Gyaru. The word Gyaru comes from the English word gal, so in the English-speaking world, you may hear many people call them gals. To understand anime Gyaru, it is helpful to see what their character designs are based off of. Luckily, a quick Google search can show you some real-life Gyaru. Gyaru popularity peaked in the 90s and early 2000s. From 2008 until 2011, Gyaru became mainstream and started showing up in Japanese magazines like Pop Teen and Egg. Here are some of my own Gyaru magazines from 2009. I think these magazines really highlight the carefree, fun-loving aesthetic that Gyaru are known for. When we look at real-life Gyaru, we can see how they have been kind of transferred into the 2D world. But in this video, I am tackling anime Gyaru. So what do they look like in anime? Meet Galko-chan, a hardcore Gyaru from an anime called Oshiete Galko-chan. I mean, she's obviously a hardcore gal, it's in her name. That's the joke. The most telling signs that a character is Gyaru is bleached hair, fancy decorated nails, flashy clothes, visible makeup like eyeshadow or lipstick, and lots of accessories. By accessories, I don't just mean hair accessories either. Earrings, bracelets, necklaces, even charms on their bags and cell phones, they will be completely decked out. Typically in anime, we see blonde Gyaru characters, but shades of brown and red also do exist, of course. Gyaru put a lot of time in how they look, so not only is their hair often bleached, but they will style it as well. Volumized, kind of fluffy looking hairstyles tend to be the most popular. Gyaruko pretty much nails down exactly what a Gyaru is and just hits all the main traits. Now, there are two traits that are very popular in anime that Gyaruko does not have, and we'll look at them now. The first one is that Gyaruko does not wear loose socks with her school uniform. Loose socks were a staple of the 90s and early 2000s. Now, I really like old school Gyaru fashion, so her not having loose socks is a bit of a disappointment to me, but I also understand it. Gyaruko is a modern gal, so modern look, right? A second common trait that Gyaruko does not have is having a tan complexion. In the 90s, it was very popular for Gyaru to tan or even wear makeup to look more tan. This is obviously controversial, but I wanted to mention it as this influence from the real world can still be seen in Gyaru character designs in manga and anime today. Some Gyaru would tan their skin very heavily and call themselves Ganguro or Yamamba, many different kinds of names, depending on what kind of sub-style they were going for. There are many sub-styles of Gyaru, but I'm going to stick to the ones that show up most often in anime. Most Gyaru we see in anime are Kogyaru, and Kogyaru are just Gyaru that are schoolgirls. Because so much anime takes place in high school, most of the Gyaru you may be familiar with are probably Kogyaru. Kogyaru have a unique way of speaking, which is called Kogyaru-go. Literally, it means Kogyaru language or Kogyaru speak. Because Gyaru often use this unique way of talking, a common gag and stereotype is that normal people can't understand Gyaru. Gyaru have many associated stereotypes that have been pushed on them by society. To explain the stereotypes associated with Gyaru in Japan, I would like to make a comparison to the West. Gyaru are seen similarly to the Valley Girl, dumb blonde, or popular mean girl stereotype. I guess a more recent example would be like a Visco girl. Some people think they are airheaded bimbos who use too much slang, party all night, and bully their classmates. Generally, the Gyaru lifestyle prioritizes having fun first, and because of this, Many people assume Gyaru never study and are big old dum-dums. They are also often criticized for being too materialistic, too loud, too forward, and too promiscuous. On the flip side, people that like Gyaru see them as stylish, sociable, friendly, and confident. Whether these stereotypes are true or not obviously depends on the character. The reason why I find these stereotypes so interesting is because they help you understand the context that surrounds a character. For example, why are other characters sometimes intimidated by Gyaru? Why does everyone think that Gyaru are airheads? When we understand the stereotypes, we easily understand why this happens in anime. Earlier, I mentioned that Gyaru are often seen as promiscuous, and the reason for this is Gyaru are not afraid to wear revealing clothing, and there is a popular rumor that they will date people for money. Gyaru often have expensive tastes and are crazy about big brand items like bags, accessories, they are materialistic. So the idea is if they don't have the money for their bags, they get them from their sugar daddies. And I hate saying that, but that's the stereotype. Although in most Gyaru anime and manga that I'm familiar with, most of them do not do paid dating. But in one of my favorite manga, Gals, one of the main characters named Aya initially does go on dates for money. Aya Hoshino is an outlier Gyaru. She is a more toned down example than we are usually able to see. Aya does not dye her hair, and she does care about getting good grades in school. However, she still does wear the Gyaru style and loves hanging around Shibuya with her other Gyaru friends. I'll talk a bit more about Shibuya and its importance in a bit, but for now, let's talk a bit more about Aya and the role of Gyaru in anime. Aya shows us that not all Gyaru characters are the same. And actually, very commonly in anime, Gyaru characters defy our expectations. Gyaru are known for being materialistic and vain, so the author is more likely to put them in a story that will show us something like beauty comes from the heart, or don't judge a book by its cover. Gyaru are stereotypically promiscuous, so to defy the expectation, we will have a character that might look easy, but of course that doesn't mean she is. Or, instead of a Gyaru being the bully, she will probably more likely be non-judgmental, friendly, and fun-loving. It is true that sometimes we do see Gyaru play the role of the bully, but I find that less common, and when they are the bully, it's kind of that very Mean Girls, cliquey with your friends kind of bully. The truth is, all a Gyaru is someone who dresses Gyaru and identifies as a Gyaru. Identifying as a Gyaru is kind of important because for many of them, it is a lifestyle they are proud of. Commonly, Gyaru say it is necessary for them to do their nails, dress nicely, do their hair, because to them, dressing Gyaru is a part of their identity. I would be doing you a disservice if I made a Gyaru video and did not talk about Shibuya. Well, Gyaru characters are often shown hanging out in Shibuya because it is famous for its trendy fashion shops, and it is often referenced in anime as the hip place for Gyaru characters to hang around. If you're interested in knowing if a Gyaru is in Shibuya, keep an eye out for Shibuya's most iconic sites, such as the Hachiko dog statue, the Shibuya crosswalk, and Shibuya 109. Which is a huge shopping complex. I'm gonna mention Super Gals again, but the main character Ran loves to even arrogantly claim that she is the #1 gal in Shibuya, and that's like a huge bragging point. So other than shopping and basically being the mall rats of Shibuya, what do Gyaru do? Gyaru are social creatures that like hanging out with their Gyaru circle. A Gyaru circle is just a group of Gyaru that meet up frequently. Popular activities are going out to trendy places to eat, karaoke, and taking pictures. Especially Purikura. Purikura are those photo booths that are all over Japan's malls and arcades. They will essentially Photoshop you into a cuter version of yourself. Or an alien, depending on your uncanny valley tolerance. I really like taking Purikura as well though, so I honestly understand why Gyaru like them. They are a really cute memento. Gyaru embrace modern culture like cell phones, so they love to decorate their cell phones with the little Purikura stamps. Really, Gyaru just like to decorate everything. The Gyaru lifestyle is also heavily associated with Parapara dancing. Parapara dancing refers to synchronized dance routines that Gyaru learn and perform together, often in large groups. Usually Parapara dancing is accompanied by Eurobeat music. And with my mentioning of Eurobeat, you may guess that this style of dance has fallen in popularity over the years. Even so, Parapara and Gyaru are often seen as linked. Okay, so I talked a lot about Kogyaru because we see them most in anime. But maybe some of you are wondering, are there adult Gyaru? Adult Gyaru definitely exist. A good example of one is Ryuji's mother from Toradora. Ryuji's mother works as a hostess in a nightclub, and she nails down the adult Gyaru look to a T. She also uses slang and is often shown playing on her cell phone. She's also a bit of an airhead and childish, both things that are associated with Gyaru. Many real hostesses in Japan love the Gyaru look. There's even a movie called Gyaru's Life, which is about an adult Gyaru who works in a host club. Also, before anyone asks if people still dress Gyaru in Japan, yes, they do. I saw Gyaru when I was in Shibuya about a month ago, and I still see them around downtown Osaka quite regularly. But like I said, hardcore Gyaru fashion is no longer mainstream. Just in case some people came here wanting some recommendations for Gyaru manga and Gyaru anime, I can give you some, but I really think I should do a separate video for that. If you really want to solidify what a Gyaru is in your mind, I'd recommend reading the Gal's manga or watch the Oshiete Galko-chan anime. Those two series just really nailed down what Gyaru are, more than anything else I've encountered. I also think Gyaru to Koryuu is really cute. It's a manga about a Gyaru and her roommate who is a dinosaur. And this dinosaur is just so dingus. I love his dingus little face. It's just kind of very feel good. There's also going to be an anime for it soon, so check it out. Also, stay far away from gal cleaning. It's horrible, and not like a horrible, you should check it out, just ugh, it's bad. Hopefully I cleared some things up for you guys. I'm really interested in Japanese subcultures, how they show up in anime, so I'll probably keep making videos like these. I've already done an Anime Girl Delinquent Guide video, which you may have seen. If you haven't seen it and you liked this video, I'm pretty sure you'll like the other one. So the real question is, why are you here? Do you like Gyaru? Are you just curious about them? Do you want some kind of official worst waifu verdict on if a character is Gyaru or not? Just something in the comments, guys. I would love to talk more about gals, Gyaru, whatever you want to call them. I really don't care. I'm just happy to meet other people who care about these things that I care about. Makes me excited. So yeah, I'm excited. Comments, please. Something, please. I don't get to talk about Gyaru enough, and it's fun for me. Like if you're a Gyaru fan, and subscribe for more videos. Bye!